Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hey, what's up, family? I know I look a little shorter, okay? Different environment, different background. Nevertheless, I am here, okay? How is all my cousins doing? How is all of my cousins doing? And how many of my cousins is in the chat? What is going on? What is going on? Let me go ahead and start over here. Hello to all. My name is Dr. Tawana Worlds. Anytime I come by, I'm coming by to disrupt, okay? I will be short, sweet, straight to the beat. I'm not going to be here long at all, but I'm definitely going to be here strong, okay? If you are a first timer, I want to welcome you. And if you are returning and you come by here and you hang with me, roll with me, rock with me frequently, then welcome back, okay? With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and ask y'all to take the next 30 seconds to share this with somebody, okay? Whatever I'm offering here on tonight, whatever I'm explaining here on tonight, whatever I am showing here on tonight, revealing here on tonight, exposing here on tonight, may not be for you. And that's cool. One thing that I do know is that I'm not here for everybody, but I'm here for somebody. And if I'm not here for you, I may be here for somebody on your timeline, on your page, on your friends list, or on your feed, okay? So I kindly ask while I take 30 seconds to go ahead and get started on my other platform that you would do the same, okay? And you would simply share this with somebody. It helps me, for one, beat the algorithm, and for two, it helps me reach the people that I'm supposed to reach. It costs absolutely nothing. It's free 99, and that is the only cost of administration over here. You want to come over here and get the game, get the information, whatever it is that you come by here to get, cool. But invite somebody, okay? So with that being said, let me go ahead and get started over here, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Y'all already see the title, so you know what it is. Anybody want to get their kids rich? And let me repeat this again, okay? Because I did say it when I first got on. Hello, cousins. I would like to know who is watching me. Okay? Say hello in the chat. Don't be rude. And if you can't, hop off. It's simple. It's real simple. It's not even complicated. You don't ever walk into nobody's house and you don't speak. Because you ain't gonna never want nobody to walk into your house and not speak. This is my social media house. And when I greet you, I expect to be greeted back. With that being said, what's going on, cousins, over here on Instagram? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds. Y'all already know what it is. Not gonna be here a very long time. You see the title. Okay? How to make your kids rich. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Whether we know it or not, we're supposed to be making our children rich. We think that we are living this life, and this life means, we're supposed to do us. Absolutely not. You're supposed to do generations. Put that in the chat. I'm supposed to do generations. Hello, Sister Cassandra. Nice to see you. Hello, B. Brown. Nice to see you. Hello, Samina. Nice to see you. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna never come in your house and be disrespectful. You will never get disrespect from Dr. T. And because I'm never disrespectful, I expect to receive that. I put out respect, so I expect to get respect back. And when somebody say hello to you, okay, please know, because many people do not know. They think I'm a regular schmegler. And I can be all of that. I can be a regular schmegler. But people don't realize, and I'll open up with this a teachable moment because I'm always having a teachable moment. We all can learn something. Every day we're supposed to be learning something. When I went to medical school in 2013, 2014, I went every day for almost 13 months. And I sat there, I did my work. I made friends with, people in there. I'll say associates. Some of them are still my friends. But from the teachers to the other classmates, we were pretty cool. We got to know each other. We built a rapport with each other because we had to spend 16 months, 18 months together. It took them 12 months to know that they were sitting next to an Arthur, right? Wasn't a big deal for me. I didn't have to go and broadcast, hey, I'm an author, I wrote books, I have businesses. I didn't have to announce any of that. We were told to go online and we were told to go and do some research about our neighbor, like a patient, because it was medical school. So, like, to go and gather some information about our fake patient. And when they went and put in my maiden name, Tawana Thacker, because my last name, my married last name, was hyphenated on my my born last name. And so when they went and put in Tawana Thacker, they saw that I was the Arthur. And it was like, wow, you've been sitting here for 12 months and you never said a word about you writing books, about you owning businesses. I don't have to. But what they realized in that moment is that somebody of value is sitting in our circle, and we were very unaware. Same thing has happened to me. People that I'm sitting in their circle, I mean, these people are billionaires. These people have been, they don't floss, they don't philander people, they don't do any of that. And the moral of the story is this: you don't never know who in your circle. When I show up, and this is not from an arrogant place at all. When I show up, it's because I'm sent. So whenever I come by here to hang out with y'all, I could be doing a million other things with a million other people, but yet and still, I choose to get in the sheep pen and smell like the sheep. I could be out as a hireling. I could be out as a minister. I'm a doctor. I'm a minister. On top of the other things, I've written 2 books. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I'm a lot of things, and I have keys to doors that may just be unlocked for you. Okay. Trust and believe. I have went through a lot of hardships so that I can go through and then bring others through. So whenever I show up, it's just a simple amount of respect. Hello to everybody. Hello back to you, Tawana. I don't care if you call me Tawana. Okay? It don't matter if you call me Dr. Tawana. It does not matter. I'm not puffed up. But one thing about that comes with a level of authority. And not only does it come with a level of authority, it comes with a level of responsibility. You cannot become a doctor just because you want to. Trust and believe that. It takes 10 years of service, not lip service, feet service, hand service. And when I come by, I'll be like, yeah, put some respect on that doctor. I don't do that. I know people that you don't know. I can get you into places that you couldn't get into by yourself. I have connections that'll change your whole entire life. And I'm going to say something about it because so many times people come and they come to these social media, people get comfortable with them, they get familiar with them, the disrespect starts to happen, they show up, they come up any old kind of way, all kind of lazy. You don't know who I am to God and who I am in your life. I trust and believe I cannot cross your path unless God sent me. And that's more than enough than anything. Anything you can think of, any status you can have, any title you can have, that God loves you enough, regardless of where you at in your life and in your relationship with him, that God loves you enough to send a suffering servant. You understand me? Put that in the chat. Because being a servant ain't peaches and cream. You suffer like hell. Literally. I was reading in Jeremiah because I wanted to know. And I don't want to really get too deep into it because it's going to make me cry. I remember when I lost my son almost 2 years ago, I asked God, why? Why me? Not why me, like, oh, why this had to happen to me? It's like, what comes from this? Why did you choose me to suffer? And he said, welcome to the club. Everybody suffered, even Christ suffered. Okay? All the disciples suffered. Those that preceded them, they all suffered. You cannot get no oil, no anointing out of your life unless you are crushed. And not a lot of people want to be crushed, Tawana. You asked me to crush you. And so I crushed you. Because that is when the oil breaks chains. The oil breaks yokes. The oil allows you to walk somebody through deliverance. The oil allows you to lead somebody on a new path. It is the oil. Don't ever forget that. So he told me in suffering comes elevation and all of that. And everybody's not willing to do that. Okay. And so when I show up, I put some respect on my name for real. Because I suffered to sit amongst you. I'm not one of the ones that's going to leave you. I'm not one of the ones. I've been here through it all. People been following me since 2012, 2013. Since I started my journey on social media. Real talk will tell you right now, this woman will suffer without you and with you. Real talk. I will not leave you. A lot of the times I overstayed my stay and received backlash and warfare because I overstayed my stay. I don't throw anybody away. I don't give up on people. If I see you playing games and wasting my time, then for sure, because I have a level of discernment to discern between the two. But trust and believe, you don't know what you have before you. So treat it respectfully, not just for myself, for your leaders, for your pastors, for your bosses, whoever is in leadership. It is not easy. That is the number one reason why I will not disrespect or put my mouth on Donald Trump. So many people have so much to say, and we would fail trying to walk in them type of shoes. You understand me? And until you get in them type of shoes, you will never understand. You will not be anything but a talking head. If you think you can lead this country, because I know I can't. I know I cannot lead this country. And in the same measure that we judge another man is in the same measure that we will be judged. I don't want them shoes. I'm not looking at them shoes. I don't want to have no position like that. Whatever you got for me, let me stay tunnel vision focused. Let me stay in my lane because I know that I cannot do what whoever. I can't do what Kamala Harris did. I can't. And did I vote for her? I can't do what Dr. Martin Luther King did. Okay? I want to walk in my shoes and my shoes only. But when you begin to put your mouth on people and you begin to act like, hey, I got all of this and I got all of it, you popping it. You just popping off at the mouth because you think you're right. Are you looking for some clout? Are you looking for some likes? That gets you in trouble because there are spiritual ramifications. Trust and believe. Yes, God is good, and yes, God is forgiving, but there are still consequences to every action, to every reaction, to every sin, to every motive, to every intent. There is a consequence. Trust and believe. And when it's your time to eat the fruit that you spoke out over somebody else, okay? When it's your time, he'll bring to your remembrance. You remember when you said this about her or him or blah, blah, blah? Yeah, he'll bring it to your remembrance, okay? So that is another teachable moment for somebody on here. And guess what? I know it's for somebody because he wouldn't even have me say it if it was not. You're welcome. Put some respect on leadership. People talk about people in the church can't walk a day in them people's shoes. People talk about people in government can't walk a day in them people's shoes. People talk about celebrities can't walk a day in their shoes. Okay? That's why you never see that type of drama coming from my page. I learned a long time ago when I didn't agree with a pastor, I take my grievances to God. You cannot pay me to put my mouth on nobody else's servant. You understand me? You cannot pay me because I learned the hard way. So this is a teachable moment for somebody. I'm always going to be transparent with y'all. I'm never going to shuck and jive y'all. I'm going to tell y'all the 100% truth. There was a time when I put my mouth on a man of God. I don't care how messed up he was. It was not my place to put my mouth on him. And until I had to go through what I had to go through, and he put me in a position to where I couldn't do what I needed to do, just like he couldn't do what he needed to do at the time. And God reminded me, okay, when you have people that God has sent, treasure them, because when it's over, it's over. A lot of people right now, and y'all don't know this, are upset with me because they want me to still be sitting here reading the Bible and praying for hours, which I love to do. I love to do that, but God put me on a different assignment. And so now people will come over in my comments and thinking that they slick or try to attack. Why you don't pray with us no more? Did you forget about God? Different things. No, my work is my worship. I stopped being a hearer of the word and started being a doer of the word. But before I got ready to transition, I told all of them, I came by and I said, so I don't want anybody to think when I say that this is it, we're done here, we're moving forward. Out of the compassion of my heart, because I know that there are some disobedient people that show up. How do I know that? Because God tells me. I know when people are disobedient and when people have not hearkened to God. I used to be one of them ones. And a missed opportunity is just that. And I kid y'all not. The worst thing that you can have happen to you is God to present you with an opportunity that you missed because you wasn't ready. You was way behind him. You know what I'm saying? You didn't catch up. You didn't walk with him. You didn't move with him. You missed him. And you cannot get that opportunity back. Will another opportunity come? But you can't get that opportunity back. I waited for years to get funding for our nonprofit. A lot of our nonprofit activities was funded out of my husband's work check and out of my work check and off of my food stamps. Okay. Whatever I got, I took half. And to tell you the honest to God truth, I'm going to tell y'all about missing the opportunity. Till this day, I'm still funding that nonprofit out of our pockets. I started a whole business so I could fund the nonprofit. You want to know why? I missed the opportunity. For 4 years straight, I asked God, what do I need to do to take this nonprofit to the next level? We want to do bigger things. We want to give more to people. I love to give. I literally cry when I don't have enough to give to people. Go out and feed people. 100 people show up. We only got enough for 50. I will be boo-hooing crying for days because 50 people didn't get to eat. I'll be like, God, when you going to bless me? I want to do what you want me to do, but I don't have enough. So for 4 years, I cried and I prayed to God. And guess what he kept telling me every single time I asked him? He said, fix your credit. And I just didn't understand. Why do every time I come to you and I ask you for more provision to be able to do your work, to help people stay in their houses? I'm big on that. Because my mama suffered. We bounced from house to house as a child. And because we bounced from house to house as a child, it seemed like I was just a touching magnet. Every man wanted to put their hands on me inappropriately because we did not have our own permanent housing. So I'm real big on that. Me and my brother crying because we don't have nowhere to stay. Okay, we got to move now. Okay, we get comfortable and we got to move now. So that is where my heart is at. It really has been there. I vow to God, if you ever, ever, ever get me out of this situation, I will help people. And then when he put me in a position to help people, and I tried to go reach out for government funding, and they told me, hey, when you passing out food, or when you passing out clothes, or when you having a meeting, you can't mention anything spiritually. You can't mention God. You can't mention Jesus. I'm like, I don't need your money because this is his ministry. I don't need your money. If I can't mention who blessed my hands to bless them, I need them to know that God has not forgotten about you. Whatever you were going through when you came here today, God knew and he sent us so that you don't ever think that God has forsaken you or neglected you. That is my message. I want to be his hands. I want to be his feet. I want to be anything he wants me to be so I can be that to people and people can know for sure that God is still real. So who are you to tell me that I can use his name? Nothing that we have in this life, and I absolutely mean nothing. I don't care about what devils say otherwise. Nothing that we have in this life, including the air that we breathe, belongs to us. We are on borrowed time. Everything belongs to him. So how I can't mention him? So we had to bypass the government funding. And I said, God, I don't want the government in your business anyway. So we will fund the nonprofit organization. So this is what happened. I kept praying, fix your credit. Oh, I'll get to it. Oh, I'll get to it. And it wasn't even like I didn't have the money. Got income tax 4 years in 4 years in a row. If I had any excuse to say I couldn't afford it, at income tax time, I could. Okay. I was working. So I could have afforded to pay to get my credit fixed. And it wasn't that I didn't even attempt not to. I did. I tried Lexington Law, tried them for almost like 5 or 6 months. I think 2 things came off my credit. And I got like a 12-point increase. So that was discouraging. I'm like, I'm not finna keep paying this money. And it's only like every time my payment getting ready to be due that they'll dispute something or something to fall off, you know. It was not a lot of work being done on my credit. So that was very discouraging. Then I go back to the drawing board. What must I do, God? I mean, tears, prayers, fasting. What must I do, God? People all around me struggling. I'm struggling too. But I'm like, no. What can I do? Fix your credit. That still small voice. Fix your credit. Time came. I was on social media. There was a lady said, I have been led by the Spirit of God to bless 10 nonprofit organizations that don't have no funding. I'm going to help you. I'm going to do your paperwork. I'm going to do this. I'm going to ensure you get funding for your nonprofit. God put it on my heart. So I wrote in. I submitted it. I can go to the message right now. And I said, this is who I am. I have a nonprofit since 2006. I funded out my own pocket. You know, I really love the youth. These are some programs that I want to incorporate, but I need resources. Out of all the people that submitted their application, God chose my application to be one of the ones that was received or approved or accepted. So she started working with me. We started doing all the paperwork. She was like, look, I'm finna help you go get these vans. Okay. We finna hook you up with Medicaid, Medicare. We're going to take you to the Ford dealership. They're going to donate these vehicles. I'm going to help you go over here and get this funding over here. So I'm like, cool, bet. She worked with me doing all the paperwork. We get to the dealership. We get to the application part where they're supposed to give me the resources, the funding. And they said, do you make $1 million in revenue in a nonprofit organization? I was like, $1 million? Is you crazy? When they said that, I just knew I qualified because I wasn't even at 10,000. Okay, we didn't take no donations for the nonprofit, any of that. Everything was funded out of our paychecks. So I was like, no, I don't make anywhere near that. And it was like, oh, okay, no worries. Well, if you don't, we can't use the business credit because everything inside of the nonprofit was done to a T. You understand me? Business credit, everything. I said, God, I will not fumble this because this belongs to you. We even have separate devices. I don't go and search for everything on a device that I use for the nonprofit. That has been set apart and dedicated to God and God alone. I don't let government interfere with that, any of that. This is for the kingdom of God, right? So business credit, everything is together. They was like, because you don't make $1 million in revenue, we need to access your credit. And the lady sitting right here next to me. And if you could have seen my face at that point in time, I mean, I don't even think I believe my own face. It just went from like, yeah, I'm all super excited. I'm extra confident because I know the business is on fleek. I have taken everything literally to make sure it was straightened out. Paperwork is in order. I'm filing every, for 3 to 4 years. Everything is in order. We got the grant papers written out. We got everything written out. So I'm super excited until they said we need to pull your credit as a PG because you don't bring in $1 million in revenue into your nonprofit organization. And my face went from a smile to devastation. Real talk. I was just like, okay. And she was like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we just run your credit. Don't even worry about that, girl. We finna get this for you. And then inside, I'm like, yeah, this ain't finna happen. It was instantly, I was just sick because I knew my credit was so shot out. Nobody in their life had ever gave me anything because when I left my mama house, when I got of age, I was homeless at 13. But when I got of age to have something in my name, it clearly says on my credit report that credit was established before the age of 18. Okay. My mama used my credit for light bills, cable bills. She had to do what she had to do as a single mother. But she used my credit and I had debt on my credit before I was even eligible or old enough to have established credit. And it just kind of stayed like that. I had a broke mindset, I grew up selling drugs, so we didn't use credit. I never needed credit. I never had a need to use credit. So my credit just stayed low. And it just stayed where it was. But God warned me for 4 years. Fix my credit. And then instead of me just saying, no, I'm not even going to go through with it, I was like, I just wish, I'm going to just, Father God, if you can just do this for me, please. Like, Lord, you know what I need. Just magically let them not see my report. And I had seen my report. I was so embarrassed of my own report. Whenever I go run my credit and they pull my report, it was pages long. Literally, pages. It was so daggone embarrassing. So they ran it. I'm sitting there. You know how usually you be chopping it up? I ain't got really much to say. I'm just bracing myself, trying to wish and pray. Hopefully it happens. And if it doesn't, I'm like devastated. So he came back. He was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to finance you. Here's some things that you can do to actually build your credit, remove some of these items from your report. And she was trying to cheer me up. She was like, oh, it's okay, but we got you. We'll start building you some credit and we'll get you to where you need to be. Do you know that woman ain't had nothing to say to me like after that? Nothing. She was like, yeah, we'll help you. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. We'll get you taken care of. We'll start building you some business credit. It's not that hard. Don't be discouraged. Didn't hear nothing from her. Therefore, after that, I don't know if she was embarrassed. I don't know what it was. But I was so broken and so embarrassed. Literally. And I was just like, God, how could I miss something like that? How would you give me something that close? And I could just literally hold it pretty much. And then it snatched away from me. And of course I was mad because I have a real relationship with God, not a fake one. Okay. When I'm mad, he knows. Not a disrespectful mad, but I worship him in spirit and in truth. If I'm hurt today, I'm going to tell you, God, that hurt me. Okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, thou mighty God. Oh, no, I'm irritated. That hurt me. That was a form of rejection. Why would you let me get that close? Like, God, you don't love me or what? I'm out here trying to work and do something for you. And once I got past that part, then he spoke to me in the still small voice that he speaks in. And what he said to me was, there ain't no way in the world that you can be out here representing a rich God, a God that owns everything in the world, and you that poor, and you that broke. And I thought that was very harsh. You can't represent a rich God and you got a poor mindset. That is called taking the name of the Lord, thy God, in vain. People think it's cussing or saying the GD word. People think it's that. No, but when you profess to know God and your life doesn't reflect him, that is taking the name of the Lord thy God in vain. That is against a commandment. Say your God is a noble king. Every time he is described as a king. He is the King of kings and the Lord of lords. How is you out here representing me? You don't pay back your debt. You be taking money from these payday loan people. That's what's on your credit report. Go back and fix that. And I was mad. But I was so mad that it caused me to take action. I didn't ever want to feel like that. That opportunity didn't come back to me. And you want to know how many years that was? 2017. We in 2025. I don't get that opportunity back. And like I said, I'm still funding to this day the nonprofit organization. You want to know why? Because hard head makes a soft behind, like Big Mama and them used to say. But spiritually speaking, when I failed to obey God, then I plan to fail. Simple as that. God don't withhold anything from us. When things that you've been praying for haven't manifested, you need to check you, not God. Because he sits high and he looks down low. He knew 4 years in advance that that opportunity would present itself to me. He knew that. And I know for sure he also knew that I wouldn't obey. But after that time, you ain't got to tell me no more. You understand me? Not another time. I was not only humiliated, I was not only embarrassed. I mean, that was a hard point in my life because I felt rejected by my father. God, you're supposed to love me. I do love you. And you need to do what I say to do when I say to do it. That ain't the only lesson he didn't have to teach me in humility. I done had to eat humble pie several times. When I was working for the post office, thought I was doing it, okay? All my family was like, girl, you got a bomb job. You working for the government. Up until I hurt my back, and then they said, that's your fault that you hurt your back. And it was really their fault. Everything is your fault at the post office. Everything. You get bit by a dog, that's your fault because you didn't look down and see the dog, okay? So I hurt my back. Now here I am with one back. You only get one back. And my back then went out and I'm scared. I'm like, wow, will my back ever heal up? I mean, I got stuff going on in my back that I had never, ever felt in my life. It was really a tumultuous time for me because I didn't know. But prior to that, God told me to quit the job. No, I can't quit this job. It's a government job, man. And, I went and talked to my peoples about it. Girl, you better not quit that job. I'm trying to live up to, because I felt it deep on the inside. Quit the job and do what I called you to do. But because of the opinions of other people, what they going to think about me if I quit this government job? Because of their opinions. Okay? I did not quit. And so he said, since you ain't going to quit, you're going to hurt your back. How about that? And you ain't going to be able to go to work. And when I was not able to go to work, these people did not pay me for 6 months. Workman's comp did not pay me for 6 months. I had no money to pay my bills. I had no money to pay my rent. You don't know how many times I call these people. If you go on my Facebook and you look, or you type in Tawana World's post office, you will see so many posts. I can't believe these people sent me a $0 check. I can't believe I got a $2 check. Like these people, y'all pray for me. I don't have Pampers for Redeem. It was crazy, right? Let me tell you what God told me through all of that. He said, how many years ago did I tell you to write your book? And of course, I didn't want to hear it at that time. That wasn't something that I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear how you going to get me out of this situation, how my bills going to get paid. Why did this happen? And it happened because of my disobedience. He said, how many years ago did I tell you to write that book? And literally at that point in time, it was like 7 years. He said, I knew that in this year, at this time, that these people would not pay you. But if you would have wrote the book, you would have had royalties at least to come in. And that was real. That's how he deals with me. It ain't like, oh, poor baby, come on, get up here on daddy's lap, and I'm just so sorry. I'll give you everything. No, he give it to me real raw and uncut. If you would have listened to me, because I know what you don't, you would have wrote that book. That's why when he tell me to do something now, you cannot pay me to disobey. You cannot pay me to miss the opportunity, because I know it will never come back around. When God gives you a kairos moment, and he gives you a window of opportunity, your best bet is to take it. Because if you do not, if you miss it, if you're blindsided by it, if you ignore it, if you forfeit it, if you just hand it over to the devil, you will never see it come back again. Now, that doesn't mean another opportunity won't come back, but it won't be that one. That's for sure. It will not be the one that God ordained for you. With that being said, let me bring y'all up to date on a couple of, let me know in the chat who that was for, because I already know it was for somebody. Before I share my screen and just bring y'all up to date on what the heck is going on. When I tell y'all it's going down out here, it is going down out here. Stuff is happening so fast, and I'm reminded when God had us gathered here about a month and a half ago, and we read Ezekiel 7, 8, and 9. And he said, you will hear bad news after bad news. Who remember that? Who was on that live? I mean, it ain't stopped. It's on another level. We got two potential people want to go to war with us right now. China. They say they're ready for whatever kind of war America wants. Trade war, a physical war, an economic war, an AI war. They're ready for anything. And in Russia, Trump then slapped them with some tariffs because they was over there bombing the crap out of Ukraine. And he trying to bring them to the table and make peace. And they don't want peace. So now he didn't hit them with some tariffs, hit their bank account, made them holler. Now they want war. Russia and China. Okay? And then you have all of these things happening simultaneously. My job is to tell you, not only to tell you, because this ain't no teaching student classroom setting. This is a business meeting. Give you an opportunity to help yourself while you still can. Okay? But just to bring y'all up on this, because your girl been saying this for a cool minute. You can't say that I haven't been saying it. I don't know why I just feel so short. It is irritating me at this point. Hold on, let me pull it up. I want to show y'all something real quick. Okay. See if I can find this real quick. I'm not going to take a whole long time, but let me see if I can find this real quick. Heaven, never proclaim. I'll find this for the next time. Okay, I wanted to show y'all something. I wanted to show y'all how accurate God is when he speaks to me. Okay, whatever he allows me to post here, I post here. There's a lot of things that he does not allow me to post, but whenever he tells me to post, I post it so that there is witnesses, so that when it happens, okay, people can say, God said that. Not she said it, God said it. And he warned us. A lot of this stuff that you see happening now, God said it first. I never forget when he told me feminism movement in 2020 or 2021. Had no idea what the heck a feminist movement was. Okay? But what we're seeing happening now, the spirit that has taken over literally globally, God said it. When he said bubonic plague, now they're making vaccine for bubonic plague in 2025. He said it in 2020. When he said pandemic in January of 2020, and they didn't announce it until March of 2020, he said it first. When he said inflation and economic depression, an economic catastrophe, when he said that before these things we are seeing happening now, he said it before. He said it before. And he's warning us. And as a watchman, I'm here to tell you what God said. Okay? I said this too, because he said it first. How many of y'all know that God said it first, that there will be another pandemic? And it will be different, worse than 2020 COVID. How many of y'all then heard God say that over here on this platform through me many times? Because I know you didn't heard it more than once, more than 5, more than 10 times. You heard me say, God said there will be a pandemic. How many of y'all? Let me know, because then I'm going to pull something up so y'all can see, okay, exactly what God said would happen. It's happening. I know I said it last week. I know I said it the week before that. Y'all better get y'all some digital assets, because you ain't going to be able to go nowhere. Okay? All right, Sister Brenda Brown, it's more than you. God been said it. People think that God is joking, and he's not. And this is creeping in on you unaware. I didn't even say unaware because you're aware. But the way it's creeping in is unaware. Okay? All we need is 1 or 2 witnesses. I ain't even got to wait on the rest of y'all. But check it out. Oh, here we go. All right, let me share my screen. I'm going to just set that right there so y'all can read that. And y'all tell me in the chat what y'all see. And I really need y'all to interact and put it in the chat what y'all see. Huh? I'll wait about 60 more seconds. This is already inside of Alabama. I don't know if you guys know the dude Gene. I think his name maybe Gene Hackman or something. The famous guy that was found with his wife and his dog all deceased. And the wife died from this very thing that we're looking at on the screen. Okay? Let me check the chat. Make sure y'all didn't say it, what y'all see. Next global pandemic. Why is B. Brown the only one responding? What do y'all see? Because y'all need to say it. Because you see it. That way nobody can say, well, I don't know. We without excuse. What do you see? What do you see them doing? Period. And this is something that they are putting out into the world. Call me crazy if you want to, but I'm going to show you exactly what you're saying. Because I share this too. And this went right over some people's head because y'all be playing too much. I shared this too. So we knew that this was on its way. All right, here we go. Let me stop the share over here. What's going on, brother? That's crazy, ain't it? But God said it was coming. That's why he gave us time to prepare. Let me show you. He said it before this, but he really confirmed it. Y'all see the date on this? Because I came by here and shared it with y'all. December 10th, 2024. Deadly virus samples went missing from Australian lab. Okay? And they can't find them. What are y'all doing with deadly viruses? What are y'all doing holding deadly viruses in the lab? And how do viruses go missing and you don't know what happened to them? Make this make sense. But let me show you how many hundreds, 323 vials of multiple infectious viruses, including, stop acting crazy now, computer. I want y'all to see this. Okay, hopefully. It was reported that 323 vials, stop, of multiple infectious virus, including Hendra virus, Lyssavirus, and hantavirus. I'm pointing these out for a reason. 323 deadly viruses. Come on up here. Missing. And major biosecurity breach. Not only that, y'all remember when that train, I want to say it was like in Oregon or somewhere, had all of these biochemical hazardous like substances missing from the train. If people wanted to go to war with the United States, they do not need at all. They do not need weaponries like guns and different things of that sort. They literally have viruses. They literally have chemicals and poisons and different things of that sort that they can spray and release in the air over the people. That's called biochemical warfare. That's what that's called. They don't have to release a nuclear weapon or use artillery or guns. They don't have to do any of that at all. They have viruses that they have released. Now back to where we was at, because I need y'all to see this. Yep, you remember now? Yep. I shared it. Before there was inflation, I told people, because God told me, look, y'all better go stock up. If people would have stocked up, prices wouldn't have been able to affect them as bad as they had affected people. If they would have stocked up 7 to 8 months before it broke mainstream news that prices was inflated. Okay. Alabama doomsday virus epidemic alert. How deadly new pathogen could cripple the world by sparking the next global pandemic and killing everyone it infects. Everybody? Do I need to go this way? Now pay attention to the name of this, okay? A frightening, never before seen virus has emerged in Alabama. And experts fear the unpredictable pathogen will ignite the next global pandemic and kill almost everyone it affects. The Camp Hill virus, which was found near a town of the same name in Tallapoosa County in mole-like shrews, has yet to make the critical leap from animals to humans. But virologists say the worrying contagion belongs to the Henipavirus family. Okay? We just read that. A group of bugs that previously infected people and triggered an alarming 2022 outbreak in China. If a nation want to cripple anybody, first way to cripple a country or a nation is to hit the economy. You lock everything down. Look at all the businesses that died during the lockdown. All the people who lost jobs, all the people who lost their home, all the people who was unemployed. That is how you cripple a country. Then turn around for 4 years, border was open, you can infiltrate. They say it's over 300 and something terrorists from China. They found out, I dare y'all to go look it up. They found out that Joe Biden only locked up 4 people that was on the terror watch list from China. Out of 300 and something people, only 4 people he kept in custody and released the rest of them back into our streets. Fentanyl is made in China. The spy balloons that was just flying over our waters and our skies, China. The drones collecting data over American citizens, China. Now China talking about, yeah, we ready for war. What makes you so confident? All the farmland. Now it comes to find out that CVIC-19 was manufactured in China. Like people were saying when you censor them. And so now a whole entire county and state has sued China and won because of the findings. It originated there and it crept out of one of your labs, not out of a wet market. Okay? Leave that right there and we just keep on moving along. But I want y'all to pay attention to keywords. Contagion. Well, let me hurry up and go. Okay? Because I know the title say how to make your kids rich, but I want to put y'all up on game while you still got some time. Okay? Okay? This came out in 2011. Let me stop the share here. Didn't they say they can control the contagion? But yet there's a movie called Contagion. And it's about a virus that originated in China and wiped everybody out that got it. Y'all ought to go see this. Okay? Y'all ought to go see this movie if you ain't seen it. See that? Healthcare professionals, government officials, and everyday people find themselves in the midst of a pandemic as the CDC works to find a cure. Contagion. It's the name of the movie. Get on back over here. Just showing y'all some headlines. Putting y'all up on game. They can't attack people without their knowledge. Just remember that. Whether they put it on a billboard, whether they put it in a movie or a book, it's your job to go research it and figure it out. It's not theirs. Disturbingly, Henipavirus infections have no cure or preventative vaccines. And the lethal Nipah and Hendra variants wipe out up to 75% of the afflicted. What concerns us in this public health is we have the virus with a very high mortality rate And if it were to mutate and transmit to a human and attack the kidneys, as we've seen in some animals, that could be particularly threatening to all mankind. Now, how y'all seen this in animals attack their kidneys? Unless y'all was practicing on them. But we'll just keep on moving, okay? Thousands of disabled New Yorkers may be forced into hospitals, nursing homes, as Hochul's pro-union home care overhaul falters. This is what they doing to old people down in New York. But this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new because I came by here and showed y'all this too. Now, thousands of disabled, not elderly, disabled New Yorkers may be forced, keyword, into hospitals and nursing homes. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, and the monkeys that escaped, you dang on right. And the monkeys that escaped, that they still ain't found all of them. That they was at a research lab doing research on these monkeys and they escaped and now they can't find them. But let's come back over here real quick. New York 2 point. Okay, here we go. I want y'all to see something. Y'all keep that in your mind. Thousands of disabled New Yorkers may be forced into hospitals and nursing homes. Okay, cool. We'll come right over here because I told y'all when this bill passed, this is exactly what's going on, okay? Let's see. What day did it come out? November 29th, 2023. That's how far back I was warning y'all about this, okay? Isolation and quarantine procedures. Duty to issue isolation and quarantine orders whenever appropriate to control the spread. Okay, this is a law that allows people to be locked up inside of concentration camps, hospitals, or whatever, especially if they feel that you are sick. You don't even have to have a diagnosis if they assume you're sick. Your kids are sick, they feel anything of that sort, they're going to lock you up, okay? This is New York 2.13 bill. Go look it up, okay? Isolation and quarantine procedures. They will put you in a camp. No due process. No going to court before no judge. You or your children and anybody else they deemed. Since it was introduced, there has been an outcry from citizens across our state over the provisions of Rule 2.13, okay, which establishes a process to remove people from their house whenever they deem necessary. And I tell y'all, this stuff is crazy. And New York ain't the only one. California, it's a couple big states. That's why we ain't got time to be out here playing and watching baddies and watching R. Kelly and Jay-Z and what all the lawsuits they got. Who cares? Let it figure itself out. Who cares? We got some real life issues and situations happening. Let me come on back over here. Keep it moving real quick. And I'm almost done with this. Just want to show y'all some headlines. Put y'all up on game. Okay? You can forget about income-based repayment plan. It's absolutely done. Okay? Department of Education, gone. If you had an income-based repayment plan in 9 of the different programs that halted your student loan, from being due on demand, it's a done deal. Most people will have to start paying this money back because the government wants their money back, okay? It's bottom line. There ain't no more income. You can't even get no income-based repayment plan. And this is how people been kind of like living. Because when you get student loan debt, you're indebted forever to these cats. Water is about to get a lot more expensive for millions of Californians. But even though this is in California, this does not just mean that it will only affect Californians. How many of y'all in the chat knew when I told y'all that water was on the stock market, and why was they selling water on the stock market? Water is a commodity. We have to have it. Why in the world is water being sold on the stock market? Anybody remember that? Now people finna be paying hundreds of dollars for water. Can you believe that's something that God gives us for the free 99? Millions will be paying for it. And it will be expensive, according to them. A double-digit increase in expensive. So now what? You forced to drink tap water with lead? What are they doing? Y'all remember they sent them people to test the water for COVID and the water tested positive? I actually did a live where the sanitizer that they told us to put on our hands, it tested positive. The water tested positive. And just keep on moving. Water is about to be expensive. That is crazy work. All that water that God sent down here, down through the Rockies and all of that stuff and into the reservoir. I mean, water finna be expensive. You can't make this up. Drinking water, not just water, drinking water. Okay? Drinking water. And because they got to treat it and do all of that stuff, okay? Told y'all about Trump and his crypto and how this is making people billionaires. Trump crypto project appears to buy tokens before the White House summit, okay? I'm going to show y'all in a minute how much a crypto coin is going to be worth in just a little bit of moment. Just a little bit of moment. Broden already went ahead of the White House. He already got his stuff on lock. Because when he drop it, the people that is in on it, I mean, they're going to become filthy rich. I mean, it's just filthy rich. Overnight rich. Real talk. Okay? The price of Dogecoin will ultimately surpass the $1 threshold should it soar to attain Ethereum's current market cap. This is just what I want y'all to know. Okay? I want y'all to see this. Nevertheless, many still have high hopes for Dogecoin's performance this year. Analysts suggest that Dogecoin, hint, hint, could reach an unprecedented $100 billion market cap during 2025. Not 2026, but 2025. And that's why he's going ahead of it. Him and his family gonna always be good. Period. Him and his family gonna always be good. When I come by here and I tell y'all, look, we need to get in on this. We need to move like this. This is what I'm doing. I'm coming by here to show you exactly what in the heck is going on. So if y'all don't think that it's going to be a recession, oh, yes, it is. When you got the betting markets telling you that a recession is definitely coming, it's going to happen rather sooner than later, than believe them. All of these stores that enclosed, I came by here last night and told y'all Neiman Marcus, Walgreens, FedEx, cutting off hundreds of locations and thousands of employees. So now they letting us know. Let me peep in over here, make sure y'all okay over here, okay? Since everybody's going out of business and all these jobs, IRS is laying off 45,000 workers. Whole departments is being demolished. People are losing their job. It is no marvel in real life. None. That a recession is really near. Even Donald Trump himself said let it happen in the first 6 months to 12 months. So that the previous administration could literally be held accountable for it. Not me. Because I don't want to be like J. Edgar Hoover, I think is his name, who took office and then the economy collapsed on his watch in his first year. But here you got now economists and betting markets. These people betted big money that Trump would win. They knew before he even won. Just looking at data. That's how they're able to tell you, yes, there is a recession that is going to happen. Okay? Period. Let me see if I can go. I only got a couple more. No. That's just about crypto. No. And then you got something like this happening right here. Millions of low-income households will lose their food aid under proposed House Republican SNAP cuts. Now, I showed y'all last week that they didn't already cut the free reduced meal program for a couple of states, okay, red states, for elementary, middle, and high school children. No more free lunches. None. Okay? Now you got millions of low-income households that will lose their food stamps. For those that's still eligible to get them with children under 7, you only got 6 months, and you have to be working at least 20 to 25 hours. Not to mention, Social Security is cutting over 3,000 of its workers. My daughter's mother-in-law has already got a notice that her aid will stop in May. May the 1st will be her last Social Security check, and she needs it. She's disabled. So you got a lot of elderly people, and that probably could be why they're going to force a lot of New York elderly or disabled people into nursing homes and hospitals so that they can still get contracts when Social Security stop paying them. Because they can get contracts as long as they're in a facility. They can get $1 trillion contracts. This is all about greed. You understand me? What is these people going to do right here? Do anybody here know? Anybody on food stamps? Or you receive food stamps and they're helping you out right here, right now? Because, baby, this is going to get real, real ugly. It really is. That's why I come by here and do my due diligence. I know I can't save everybody, Lord, but Lord have mercy. Okay? For real, for real. And just to let y'all know, why he coming for student loans, this is why. Navy and permanently banned from servicing federal student loans. They must pay $120 million in new settlement. They were stealing from the people. Period. Okay? One of the country's largest student loan servicers have reached a $120 million settlement with the CFPB for being caught for fraud and stealing from the American people, all in the name of a student loan. Treasury Department announced a suspension of enforcement of Corporate Transparency Act against U.S. citizens and domestic reporting companies. I'm going to need y'all to go look that up, what that means. The Corporate Transparency Act, Lord have mercy, all about you firing and hiring people to do it. It's getting way crazy out here in these streets. Section 8, all of that stuff. Section 8 is gone. You can only get on that and be on that for 6 to 12 months. 6 months, and then you can get extension for 6 more months. But they did state you're not going to sit on their programs and be comfortable any longer. And there is a lot of people that look like me that's pretty pissed off about all of this stuff that's going on. But let me tell you something. Ain't no need to get pissed off, beloved. It ain't. It's time to get up. Stand up on your feet, get up off of your butt, and take care of you and yours, because that is what you are purposed to do. So with that being said, let me tell y'all, because I ain't told y'all about this play. I think y'all didn't hear me last night, so I had to come back by here again, friends, and let you know. How many of y'all got children? Okay? If you got children, We are supposed to, when the Bible says a wise man or a wise woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children, that's 2 generations. Do you know that a generation consists of 30 to 35 years? So I ask you tonight, do you have enough wealth or assets to provide for the next 35 years for your generation, for just one generation? And 2 generations would be anywhere from 65 to 70 years. You're supposed to have enough resources, tools, wealth, assets to last 65 to 70 years. If you don't even have enough to last for 35 years, then what? Then you lacking. If you don't have enough assets and wealth to provide for the next 35 years, that's a generation. A generation is every 30 to 35 years. And if you're supposed to have enough wealth created or stored up or laid up or paved out for 2 generations, that is 65 to 70 years. Do you have enough assets for 65 to 70 years to provide for 2 generations? Because if you don't, then we need to. Can't be mad at Bill Gates, Trump. Can't be mad at all these cats, Elon Musk. No, they got generational wealth. Wealth that will take care of the next generations for 120 years. And you have to include this. If all you got is $1 million, say you got $1 million, how long would that last? It sure would not last 35 years. With the way rent is out here, the way food is out here, the depreciation of the dollar, the way that housing, marketing, mortgaging is out here, the way that gas is out here, the way that everything is out here, $1 million is like $100. Y'all real quiet over here. What's going on, Sister Bree? Y'all real quiet over here. Y'all ain't talking back. Real talk. Remember I came by here last night, y'all slept on them trade lines, and I told y'all that these trade lines could help you, put you in a better position, your credit and your children's credit, and you ain't even got to wait that long, literally. Do you know when they want to get you approved for a house, a broker will go and add you to their trade line? You a brother? Oh, James Bree. Okay, I thought it said Bree James. My bad, brother. Salute to you. My bad. Okay? Real talk. That when they want to go get somebody approved for a house, want to go get somebody approved for a commercial loan, want to go get somebody approved for a vehicle, they will just add you to their trade line. Because what happens is everything that was built upon that trade line, the time of the trade line, the amount of the trade line, the history of the trade line, the utilization of the trade line is now added to yours. If I got a $50,000 credit limit, I've been having it for 15 years. The credit score on that is an 810 or 820. Okay? Now, when I add you as an authorized user, that don't mean you get no credit card. That don't mean you get to go steal nobody's stuff. That don't mean none of that. You don't get a credit card. You don't have $55,000 to spend. If I put you as an authorized user, you don't have that. But what you do have is the ability to add my information to your information to go get you ready to go get your own $55,000. Make sense? And here's a play for you. This is the number one play to make your children wealthy. Your children can be added on to a trade line. Period. They 15 years of age, you go and add 2 or 3 trade lines by the time they're 18. You understand me? They will leave that house multimillionaires. They will leave that house with 3 years worth of positive credit history from a trade line added on to them. They can go out and get any type of loan, any type of real estate, any type of whatever they want because the history. Think if your child is 5 years old, by the time they turn 18, which is in 13 years, they would have they would have some hellified credit when they left your house because you invested and did something by adding them as an authorized user on a trade line. And then you went and added the trade line to your credit profile. It puts you in a position to go get $55,000, $100,000, and now you go back and add your children to your trade line and just let that stuff season and sit up till they turn 18 years of age. If you got a teenager and they getting ready to be 18 years of age, you should have a trade line added to their credit, because this is how them other folks create generational wealth. Are y'all tracking with me? This is how to make your children wealthy. Your children also need an LLC. Hello, somebody. If they make a they beds, you can pay them up to $20,000 without them ever having to pay taxes. They need an EIN. Why? Because that is a business social security number. And then they got a trade line on their personal credit. They can turn your whole family financial forecast upside down. You understand me? Your child. For Redeem making the bed. For Redeem taking out the trash. For Redeem adjusting the pillow on the couch. For Redeem putting his clothes by the laundry room. I can pay him up to $20,000. So now he got a checking account with some income coming in. Okay? Then he got some trade lines added to his credit. Hello, somebody. And then he got a life insurance policy that is growing for him. So when he leave my house, he got a life insurance policy over $1 million. He got good credit. So if he wanted to go start something, fund something, do something, he got the credit to be able to do so without even touching his 100K or his million or whatever he got from his insurance policies. Okay? Then he got a bank account as proof of income for whatever he wants. This is how you make your children rich. Everything that I come by here with is going to be for the betterment of your money. I'm going to work on your mind, but the tool's going to work on your money. Mindset and money go hand in hand. Stop sending our kids out there unprepared to go work for McDonald's and wonder why they're miserable and wonder why they're attracted to the rappers, because they have a life that they want. We telling our kids to go do something we ain't ever did. You can be all you can be, but all you is a person on the couch watching soap operas and minding other people's business on social media. It don't work like that. Kids do what you do, not what you say. That's just facts. Okay? The trade lines. Plug. I'm going to give 3 more of y'all an opportunity to get on the trade line plug. And then I'm going to tell y'all about 2 or 3 more opportunities and I'm out of here, okay? Your girl over here ain't no beggar. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is what I'm doing for my children. I want you to do the same thing for your children. Okay? This is how we become our own family bank. Hey, Redeem, mom needs to get $50,000 out of your life insurance policy. I borrowed that $50,000, and the $50,000 that I borrowed don't have to be paid back because we take it off of his death. If he died, he got $1 million. Just take off the $50,000. Give us $950,000. Simple. If I needed to borrow $100,000, okay? We don't know these things. But I'll share this again real quick. If you got an LLC or your child, Chase Bank will give LLC owners, not people with social security numbers, LLC owners can get approved for up to $150,000 without showing a lick of proof of income. All you need is an LLC. Ain't that something? Then you got my cousins out here worrying about Social Security and Section 8 and food stamps and low income housing and student loans and all of this stuff. Why does it say my phone is overheating? Hold on, y'all. Y'all might gonna have to check me on y'all come on over here and follow me on YouTube or Facebook because it say my phone overheating and we can't have that. I'm getting ready to get off, but it'll shut off anyways in a minute if I don't cool it off, okay? So hop on over to YouTube or Facebook. You can get all the work over there. Love y'all so much. All right. Ooh, somebody didn't turn the heater on in this piece. It is hot. All right, let me make sure 9 apps closed. Okay, cool. Say my phone is overheating, so I'm gonna have to let that cool off. I don't know why these so-called smartphones, new phones, this thing ain't doing that up here but sitting up here recording. So how is it overheating? If you felt this phone, it feel like it's about to catch a fire. For real. Now, what kind of stuff y'all done made where your phone's just catching fires, okay? Nevertheless, back to this because I only got a few more minutes here and I gotta go. What time is it? Oh yeah, I gotta get up out of here. So clearly you can see you can go get money. Money is not a problem. Money is not a problem at all. If you needed 150K, you can go get it. But you keep on snoozing on these opportunities. Stop trying to receive benefits from a system that's a corporation and become a corporation so you can receive benefits. They don't give this type of money to regular people. They give it to businesses. But just in case you did not know, you could have $150,000 right now if you got yourself together. Let me come back over here real quick. I want to show you how these trade lines will bless your life, improve your credit, but also put some money in your pocket because that's what I'm doing. Okay. This is a trade line. Financial institution will be U.S. Bank. Credit limit will be $19,000. Card age is 9 years. You sell this. One trade line. They got 2 to 6 spots. So just say there's 4 left. And you sell this trade line to help somebody buy a new house, buy a new car, move into an apartment, or whatever they need to help their score increase 60 points to 100 points just by adding a trade line. Say I said 250 and I got 4 spots to add this trade line to your credit report, giving you an instantaneously 60-point increase, 60 to 100-point increase, and I sold it for $250. That's $1,000 on one trade line. Turn around and say I got $17,000 trade line. It's 5-year card age. I got say for instance, I got 5 spots. It's 3 to 7 spots. But say I got 5 spots. I sell that for $250 to add them to that trade line. Say I want to sell it for $450 at 5 spots. Okay? I'm at $2,500 on that. I'm at $1,000 just on that. This is the easiest side hustle you can do from the house in real life. Is selling trade lines, which are 1,000% legal. Period. And I'm going to show you how much money. I showed y'all this. I told y'all this. Walgreens, FedEx, Neiman Marcus, among nearly 100 companies. 100 companies are planning layoffs in March. I wonder if it'd be somebody that you know. Them stories are sad to see them people crying, buying houses, don't know how they're gonna pay their rent. It's something else. That's why I'm here. Okay. I'll come back and share that another day. Let me go ahead and get to work. So as you can see, $17,000 was made in one day from selling trade lines. I just showed you 3,500 from 2 trade lines, and you saw more than 2 trade lines on that list. I have the plug where you can get access to all of these trade lines, add them to your credit, and go run up a bag, add them to your children's credit, and make them rich, and sell them to whoever else you want to sell them and make you some money. 17,000 total earnings today, one day, Thursday. 17,000 from selling trade lines. $55,000 credit limit, 10% utilization, closing date March 14th. When you add the trade line and it say closing date March 14th, by 15 to 16, sometimes it takes credit bureaus or whatever, credit agencies to report 3 to 5 days after it closes. But within 3 to 5 days after it closes, 17, 18, the longest, you'd have an instant boost on your credit profile of 60 to 100 points. This has been open since 2018. 3 slots available. It's an 850 credit score. See, all of this is added to your credit report. Not the card, not you able to spend the card, not you able to say, hey, mail me a card in the mail. It don't work like that. You are authorized user, meaning I can use your business information and your credit card information on my credit so that this history shows on my report and I didn't have to do the work. 3 slots available, as you can see. This is a $55,000 credit limit. If I wanted to just offer this to the 3 people for $1,500, that's a $4,500 day. It's not hard to make $17,000, beloved. Here go another one, $15,000, 1% utilization. Reports to all credit bureaus. Okay, closing date on Sunday, tomorrow. So by Wednesday, credit score is looking good, period. Okay, 830 credit score, closing date March the 7th. That happened yesterday. 17,400 credit limit, 0% utilization. They don't even use it. They just let it stack and build a beautiful portfolio that's ready to be funded by anybody at any time, anywhere. You come in there with something like this, you don't even have to show documents at a car lot or whatever the case may be. They see that somebody didn't gave you $24,000, so it ain't hard to give you $50,000. They see somebody else has given you $24,000 and you took care of it. And it's been open for a while. And the credit score behind it is an 830. Understand? I'm only going to allow 4 people. If you missed the opportunity, and we talked about that early, then that's just your problem and not mine. I'm going to allow 4 people to get the plug to those trade lines, where now you can either enhance, better your credit, get you some funding, buy you a house, go get you some commercial real estate assets. You know, I don't do anything 9 to 5-ish. If it's going to take you weeks or months, no, we don't have time for that. What we need to be doing is making money in minutes, okay? Not weeks and months, in minutes, in one day, literally. I am going to allow 4 people to get the plug on these trade lines and turn your life around and upside down, just using this as a side hustle. That's it. And literally, you don't got to show your face to do this. Hey, I got a trade line that'll boost your score 60 points. It's 24,000 limit. It's an 800 credit score on it. And I only got 3 spots available at 1,500. Hit my DM, hit my inbox, comment the word, blah, blah, blah. And then watch the people do what they do. Because people know these trade lines work. That's why people are going out trying to get CPNs and all of this other stuff. That is illegal. Using dead people information. This ain't got nothing to do with that. This is real. This is 100% legal. This is what brokers do. This is what realtors do to get people approved to get into houses. And this is what you can do to make you and your family generational wealth. Okay. So when you add trade lines, do you have to apply somewhere you haven't applied? No. You don't have to apply anywhere you haven't applied. You can go back to the same people you applied for. Hey, I got this credit history on here now. Go ahead and run my credit. Go ahead and run it and run it to me. How long are we able to use them for? 60 days? 60 days. 60 days. But if you the plug, okay? If you the plug, you can reuse them for another 60 days. If you bought them from me, 60 days. But if you the plug, you can have them over and over and over. You the one who get the trade lines to sell. You the one who get access wholesale to thousands of them. I can show you hundreds of people selling trade lines right now, making big bags. Oh my God, making big bags. And I want y'all to make big bags too, okay? 4 people, I will allow you to get in. I don't understand the plug. So what I'm saying is there is a database that has all these trade lines in it. Let me pull it up and show you. Okay? We get the trade lines for $50. We get the trade lines for $100. We sell the trade lines for $500, $800, $1,000, whatever you want to sell them for. So your return on investment. So you get all of the action at all of these trade lines. You see me posting right here. They come to you first. If you don't want, and how I use these, I don't use my money to get the trade lines. I go and post, hey, I got a Freedom Chase trade line. It's $12,000 limit. Closing date is today. I got 3 spots available, $250. That's $750. I go ahead and cop the trade line for $50, $100, whatever it is, and now I'm in profit mode. So you get the plug on the trade lines like this. Hey, I got a $20,000. It closes on March 26th, $3,500, March 25th, $25,000, March 19th, 20. So that's really all you're doing. Say, well, I want to add this to my credit. Add it to yours. Some of these got 10 spots available to be added to the trade line. So when I say the trade line plug, I mean you have the trade lines. They are in your possession. So you can either add them to your credit or you can sell them. If there's 10 spots and you say, I want to add this one to my credit and then sell the other 9 spots, you can do that. Okay? So it's like a wholesale market. When I say plug, it means you have access to all of these trade lines. And not only do you have access to all these trade lines, you can sell them. That's basically what I mean, okay? I am going to allow 4 more people to get in on the trade line 6-figure side hustle from the comfort of your own home for $497. I done already showed you your money back. Okay? I can't give the plugs away for free. Listen, you can buy these trade lines for me because that's what folks going to do. I'm not going to offer you the ability to come over here and make you some money. I'm going to offer you the ability to go ahead and get your score boosted. And you're going to pay me for them. Okay? You're going to pay me for them. Regardless of what I pay for them, you're going to pay me what I'm going to charge for it. So I have 4 spots where you can get in with me and a couple of the other ones who say, look, I'm going to go for that one because that one going to make me money. People going to need credit, whether winter, spring, summer, or fall. That's a 365, 24/7 type of business, recession-proof, inflation-proof, pandemic-proof business that anybody and their mama and everybody and their mama should start. Just straight up. I cannot even cap. I've been saying credit is the way to go. This is how you become your own bank. This is how you make your kids rich. You have literally the play. You literally have the plug to put your kids on, your baby daddy on, your mama on, your auntie on. Everybody in the family have good credit because of you. Okay? 4 spots. Anybody want to take me up on that offer? Because I don't want to waste y'all time. I don't want you to waste my time. Okay? When I go through here and I release this video, like I showed y'all the last time, whenever I do any type of funding opportunities, whenever I do any type of investment opportunities, anytime that I do anything outside of AI that pertains to credit and funding, if you don't take it, I got some people that will. That's just what I'm going to say. I showed y'all how I said, look, here's an investment opportunity. And then after I told y'all, do y'all want the investment opportunity? I'm going to go hit up this other person. I screenshot it. I can go right to the message that I want all 3 spots. All 3 spots. And this is the way that you literally can have a higher, better score in the matter of days and not 60, 90, 120 days, whatever it takes for their process to go through the regular process of the credit bureau. No. 3 to 5 days after that trade line closed, it's going to report on your credit report. Okay. So I can add and change my scoring days. Absolutely, you can. Okay. 4 spots to be a part of this trade line plug play. Proof is right where I just showed you. $17,000 a day. What would you do with that? Selling trade lines. Okay. I got the credit suite, but I need help completing it. I might have talked to you on the phone. Okay. I do know in the suite, it is very detailed and it is very instructional. If you take your time with it and you walk through it, literally, and do not be afraid of words and I don't know this and I don't know that, you can get it done. I've had young people, older people do it, and I understand for some it may be a little bit complicated. But me personally, myself, I don't do anybody's credit. I don't do it because I have so much on my plate. Okay. So I'd have to find somebody that I like, know, and trust to handle somebody that trusts me. But for the most part, the credit suite, hey, go to this website, click on this website. This is what you're going to put in this box right here. Upload this document right here. It's step-by-step detail. Okay, you cannot go wrong and you cannot get lost unless you overthink it and do something outside of those instructions. All right, y'all. So that is what I'm going to offer y'all here on tonight. I do have some mentorships that I wanted to get into, but I need to leave. I need to go. I am borrowing somebody else's space, and I'm getting ready to go back to where I need to go back to because it is getting late. I wanted to make sure that nobody missed this. This video will be deleted for sure so that nobody else later on down the road is like, hey, can I get the trade line plug? No, cannot. Now you can buy from me. Now, if you need a boost in your credit, now if you lose your home, you need to find a new one. You understand me? And your credit, they want your credit to be a 700 with 3 times the amount of rent. And you can come over here to me at any time, literally, and pay me like you weigh. Okay? There won't be no deals or no discounts involved in it whatsoever because you had an opportunity. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all. Anybody got any questions for me? I'm not even going to go over the other opportunities. I don't want to waste time, my time or your time. Any questions for me before I go? Any questions before I go? Okay, I'll wait about 30 seconds. I know there is a delay. But this is what me and my children, me and my family is doing. So what are trade lines in time for March 11 and March 17? I don't understand that question. I don't understand that question. So will the trade lines in time for March 11, March 17? It's March the 8th. So if something, you're looking at the screen. So yeah, if you wanted this trade line here that closes on March the 11th, by March the 14th, 15th, you'll see on your credit report, this trade line has been added to your credit. You also see your score increase. If you wanted to March 17th, you'd also make that date because it's just March the 7th. Okay? As long as you make the date. What happens is we need to call and we need to add you to the trade line. So when it closes and it says closes today, then in those couple of days, it will report on your credit and it will report on their, it's already reported on their credit, but it will be reported on your credit, what is reported on their credit. So if they got a 0% utilization, they haven't used any of the credit card, it's been open for 20 years, all that history go onto your credit. That you now have a $20,000 limit has been open. So now your score increases. You can go to Navy, you can go to a whole bunch of places and get you some finances, some funding. Navy getting out 80,000, Unified, NIH, FCU, Air Force, so many different ones. Okay. How much is for trade line, for TransUnion, and Equifax? Most of these report to all three bureaus. Okay. I'm not selling the trade lines over here until I announce it, so you have to wait. But for a $20,000 trade line, I can tell y'all roundabout prices what I'm going to charge for a $20,000 trade line. That's $20,000 of positive history being added to your credit report. All day long, I would charge anywhere from like $450 to $500 for a $20,000 trade line. I would not even add a $3,500 trade line to, majority of people credit unless it was a child. Somebody is trying to build credit. If you already got negative credit, that really ain't gonna help you. $3,500, not unless you never had a credit card. Then I would say add that. But 25,000, 20,000, 22,000, 55,000. I'm telling you, when they see that somebody else is giving you 20,000, 25,000, it becomes a real heck of a lot easier to go in and ask for 50,000, to go in and say, hey, can I apply for these 3 trade lines for 75,000? They clearly see somebody has lent you $20,000, even though it's really not yours, it's reporting as yours as an authorized user. Okay. This is how them folks get rich. They go get these credit cards and sell them as trade lines. And they giving us access to this play right here, right now. Okay. How much is for trade? Oh, I didn't answer that. Tonight I can get the plug for all of these. So yeah, if you pay the $497, you're gonna get the plug for more than these. Okay. You're gonna get the plug for more than these, what you see here. That's how big my camera could capture. But you're gonna get the plug for all of the trade lines, you, me, and the other ones. And now we're going to be selling trade lines, period, running it up. Okay, I understand now, Dr. T. Yeah, so if you want to buy them from me, you can buy them from me. Or you can get in at $497 and have access to all of these trade lines. And then you can add whatever trade line you want to your credit report. If it only reports to Experian, you can add that one. If it reports to all 3, you can add those ones that just report to all 3. You're going to get the plug, a database full of trade lines that you can either add to your own credit report. It is only recommended that you add 3 trade lines to your credit report. Only recommended at one time. You can add as many as you want to, but 3 is what's going to make you go up. Anything after that is just sitting there to look good, okay? But you got 3 $20,000 trade lines on your reported on your credit, which is $60,000. You can go get $100,000 in funding because they clearly see somebody didn't lend you $60,000, so we know that you not no liability, you're an asset, and the utilization is low, and it's been there for a while, no problem. No documents. You can go run and get that $150,000 from Chase. For real, for real. Get you an LLC. That don't cost that much. There's a workaround around that. Establish it in another state for $20, $25, $35, whatever the case may be, and then go run up the bag. How does the credit sweep relate? So the credit sweep is removing negative items that do not belong on your credit report off of your report. Okay? Your score can either go up or down, but the negative items will be removed and it will become a report that is fundable. But in 7 days, it removes that. These trade lines give you increases in 3 to 5 days. hands down. This don't take away your score, it increases your score. So how it relates is the trade lines don't take negative items off of your report at all. It adds positive, so it balances out. If you got $90,000 in student loan debt and you got $90,000 in trade lines, you pretty even. Balance out, okay? Okay, I'm trusting God for this miracle. It is a miracle, but this is easy money. This is a way for you and your daughter and your family, your sons, your whoever. This is a way that you will be able to go get what you need. Y'all know I only teach what I do. So when I come by here and I give y'all game, I done already did it. And that's why I'm sharing it to y'all. Most of y'all don't know that a lot of this stuff that I come by here and offer y'all is from my $25,000 mastermind. And because I know with the times that we're in that everybody ain't got $25,000, I come and I offer these to y'all on discount from out of my mastermind. You in my mastermind, you get all of the work. But everybody, again, can't afford the mastermind. Do I have people in my mastermind? Absolutely. Did they pay me? Yes, they did. But you don't get all of the juice inside of the mastermind. I just pick out certain things that I think that could be beneficial to you, that could help you. And this is a way that I am able to allow you to get in a better position financially so you don't miss opportunities, so you be able to do whatever it is you want to do, sign up for whatever you want to sign up for, go wherever you want to go. I got a sister that I'm getting ready to meet with next Monday that's going to help establish insurance policies for young people, for people's children's, set up their trust. That type of stuff is in my mastermind. So when I say, look, I'm going to take this out of the mastermind, take this out of the mastermind, and then I'm going to put it in a mentorship. And all you got to do is pay $9.97 versus the $25,000. I'll take these certain things from the mastermind and put it over here into the mentorship. Because the mentorship and mastermind is totally different. Okay? And then y'all sleep on that. You only can get that information inside the mastermind. So with that being said, I am going to go. Any more questions for me? I got to go. Okay. My time is completely up here. And if you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer them in the next 60 seconds to 90 seconds, 1 minute to 1 minute and a half, just because there is a delay. But other than that, I love y'all and y'all be good out here. I wish y'all well. I really do. It's a lot of hell going on. It's a lot of hell going on. And I hope to goodness that you don't miss your moment when God presents it to you. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to be one of the ones you hear. I need to watch out for what's going on. And I'm not doing. No, I am doing what I'm coming by here. And whenever I do come by here, it's like God says, okay, present this. And help them out because they are moving fast. We're not. We don't have months. We don't have months. All these store closures, the economic depression, the food shortages, all of this stuff, the dang on deadly pandemics they got planned, ain't nobody freaking playing at all. This is not playtime. God is giving us a way of escape. And if you want to be dumb, because that's all I can say that it is. If you want to be dumb and that hard up about money, then you go ahead, boo. I hope you can eat it. I hope it prepares you. I hope it preserves you. But right now, I'm taking money and I'm telling y'all how to take money and get real assets, or take money and invest it and make more money so you can go get some assets. First thing you're going to need is food. I'm telling you right now. First things you're going to need is food. So both are needed. Both are not needed, but they complement each other. That's for sure. If you want to remove the negative items and boost your score, that's even better, love. That's even better. When I give you a list and tell you what banks to go into and go get your money, then go get your money. When you have The credit sweep, that removes all the negative information. When you have the trade line plug, that produces positive information that you didn't have to wait 20 years, 30 years to have. It gives you instantaneously. If you wanted to go buy a house in the next 30 days and added one or two of them trade lines, you will be approved on demand, because they clearly see that you have had a history of being a positive steward over money. And this is somebody else's trade line. Okay. So when you have the plug, you don't run out of trade lines. If you buy them from me, they only good for 60 days. So you don't have to use that in the 60 days. Go get your money, go get your vehicle, go get your house, or go get whatever. And then 60 days later, you come back to me. If you want to buy another one, I'll sell you another one for another 60 days. But when you have access to get in and have this tool that everybody and their mama need with 18 years of age plus with bad credit, now you have a money making tool. I just showed y'all. Who would be that ignorant to literally, I'm not going to invest $497 in exchange for $17,000. That's a total earnings today in one day. Selling trade lines. Selling trade lines. This is the easiest side hustle from the house. And that ain't even including the resources. I'm coming, baby. You ready? You ready? Okay, I'm coming. This is the easiest side hustle. The easiest side hustle from the comfort of your own home. And I'm only allowing 4 people to get in. It's a total of like 6 of us now. I don't allow everybody to get in on these opportunities. That's why I tell you, only a certain amount of numbers. You will not hear me offering the trade line plugging in, but you will hear me offering the trade lines. I got trade lines. And then you'll see this type of revenue. Something you can go to your family members with. This is how I make my kids rich. My kids have trade lines and they have EINs. I will not be, and I told y'all, you're supposed to have generational wealth for 2 generations. And if a generation is 35 years, clearly we don't have nothing set up for no 35 years. 2 generations is 70 years. $1 million ain't nothing with the cost of living and the cost of food, gas, sleeping, farting, everything. Literally. $1 million is not enough. So I need $1 million. I need a $5 million insurance policy. And then I'm going to go ahead and get $1 million insurance policy while I'm alive. Something happened to me, you cover $1 million. Okay. I got a permanent insurance policy, $5 million. If I need to go borrow $500,000 off that $5 million, I can. This is the way to play the game. If I need money fast, trade line gonna be the way that I go to. You understand me? Trade lines. Hey, anybody need to buy a house in the next 30, 60 days? I do. I have literally a trade line, a tool that'll boost your score 60 to 100 points. This is how I helped 4 people that moved here to Texas or moved to Texas with me from Atlanta, from Tennessee, from Virginia. We moved together. They bought their own houses by being added as an authorized user on my credit card. After 60 days, I took them off. And now I can just sell. I can just sell them. But now I got the plug, baby. I've been waiting on the plug, and I got the plug. And I'm letting 5 people in, me being 6, in on this opportunity to make money like Dr. T. Okay? All right, Sister Brenda, I got you covered. I will be sending you the information too. We're going to all be in a little space and place, and we're going to all have access to these trade lines. And we're going to run them up. I'm going to show you how to post. I'm going to show you the whole 9 yards so you go get the bag, okay? Most importantly, how to add them to your credit. This is how we do what we need to do. We're not doing slave work to receive slave wages ever again. It's not happening. And like JG Wentworth say, I need my money and I need it now. So this is a way to get your right now money, okay? I'm done. I'm gone. Anybody else outside of Sister Brenda, I'm going to count this thing down to 5. Okay? 4. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 3. 2. Is that for access to the plug? It is for access to the plug, and I got 3 more spots. I had 4, and I got 3. 1. $4.97 for the trade line plug. I'm so excited. Yes, right now money. We need right now money. We don't have time to play. We need right now money. And I'm super excited too, because I've been running up a bag on the trade lines. I'm like, Lord have mercy. It is over. Game over. All right, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next time.